qualified current lessees of competitive vehicles. Get a low mileage lease on the 2017 Ram 1500 4x4 for $285 a month.
Kansas lawmakers act on a bill to increase income taxes. Southwest Missouri law enforcement agencies get de-escalation training. And one man is the victim of an accidental shooting at a Neosho gun range.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
The Republican-led Kansas legislature today voted to roll back a deep tax cut championed by Republican Governor Sam Brownback, conceding it helped put the state in dire financial straits. This is KOAM News at 6. The Kansas Senate today voted narrowly in favor of income tax increases that would raise more than $1 billion over 2 years. It comes just a day after the state House approved it. Neither chamber gave the bill the 2/3 majority it would need to override a veto. Brownback has strongly criticized the measure, but he has stopped short of saying he would veto it. He could let it become law without his signature. The bill would raise the top income tax rate from 4.6% to 5.45%. It would restore a third tax bracket that Brownback successfully sought to eliminate and end an exemption for more than 330,000 farmers and business owners that he championed. This would be the third major tax increase to fill budget gaps in the 5 years since the first Brownback-inspired income tax were enacted. The taxes that were cut then in 2015, Republican lawmakers boosted sales and cigarette taxes in a package that critics labeled the largest tax increase in state history. Brownback has proposed raising tobacco taxes again, boosting liquor taxes, and increasing annual filing fees for for-profit businesses while preserving the core of his income tax cuts. Brings us to today's KOAM TV interactive question. How do you feel about increasing Kansas income taxes to close a budget hole? Some of you have already responded on our Facebook page. Derek says, that makes plenty of sense. Let's make the people of Kansas worse off than they currently are. And Jeremy writes, hey, let's just stick to a budget and not keep taxing to pay for basic lack of budgeting skills. To join in on the conversation, just visit the KOAM TV Facebook page. The number of farms in Kansas is shrinking, but the average size for a farm is increasing. A new government report shows the state had 800 fewer farms in 2016 than in 2015. The losses were reported among smaller operations. The average farm size in Kansas is now 770 acres. That's up 8 acres from a year earlier. Boy, another beautiful day out there, especially considering it is February, after all. Doug Heddy.
That's very true. We had sunny skies. Most of the day, clouds have been increasing over the past couple hours, but temperatures fantastic, all the way up into lower 70s across the region. A weak little wave is passing to our south, so you can see those clouds increasing, especially the southern half of the area. So we're going to have mostly cloudy skies for us tonight. Even a few random showers in our southern counties. A lot of that's not reaching the ground, but don't be surprised if you have a few sprinkles or a random shower really throughout the overnight hours for us tonight. Temperatures are still pretty good. Most of us are sitting into the mid 60s. It's been windy all day long, not as bad as yesterday, but still wind gusts 25 to 30 miles per hour at times. Random shower as we head through the evening and the overnight hours tonight, eventually back to about 48 degrees. We're going to look at the weekend coming up here in just a bit.
All right, we'll catch you then. Thanks, Doug. Local law enforcement workers say they're seeing more cases involving mental illnesses. Now, every case is different, but law officers say there's a common necessity to keep situations from becoming serious, even deadly. KOAM's Jordan Abbey joins us after attending a special seminar today focused on law enforcement and mental health.
Dow, this law enforcement training, or LEO training, was held at Crowder College today. About 33 deputies and police officers attended. Now, the focus wasn't on physical combative techniques, but rather understanding. The goal of these law enforcement workers is to do more talking about more thinking.
Not all the topics are fun to talk about, but there's stuff that we really do need to talk about.
According to the National Alliance on Mental Health, 2 million jail bookings each year involve a person with mental illness. 1 in 4 people killed in officer-involved shootings has a serious mental illness.
Are they supposed to be on medication and they're not on medication?
Orrin Barnes is a law enforcement teacher at Crowder College. He's also a Newton County Reserve deputy.
The mental health crisis in our country has become become huge.
Deputy Cameron Cruz with the Newton County Sheriff's Office is in a special seminar led by Barnes. The first topic of discussion, bias.
There's bias in everyone.
Police respond to a call and may assume a combative person is intentionally unruly. There's no indication to think otherwise.
Being able to identify that there's a mental health issue in play rather than criminal or behavioral thing is key.
Take a step back and further analyze the situation. It's easier said than done during a heated, fast-paced emergency response, but law enforcement workers say it's important.
They're aggressive. Okay, is there something else? Is there somebody that we can ask? Is this something that has happened in the past? Well, how'd you handle it in the past? Is there something that, brings this person down?
Law enforcement workers say remembering these types of questions can prevent a situation from getting worse. Above all, though, knowing what's really going on can ensure a person gets proper help, even after an arrest. Now, law enforcement workers were also reminded today that care for mental illnesses is especially important for people behind bars. According to the National Alliance on Mental Illnesses, about 15% of men and 30% of women in local jails have a serious mental illness.
Wow, that's an alarming statistic. Jordan Nobby in the newsroom. Thanks, Jordan. The Newton County, Missouri Sheriff's Department today responded to an accidental shooting at the Fort Crowder gun range in Neosho. The shooter, a 72-year-old man from Carthage, was reassembling a pistol, unaware that a cartridge was in the chamber. The gun discharged, hitting 44-year-old Darren Haley of Webb City, about 15 yards away, hit him in his back.
He had some mechanical problems with the gun, and he was trying to put a retaining pin back in the weapon that holds the slide on the gun. He did not have a magazine in the gun, but apparently there was a round in the chamber that he wasn't aware of.
Haley did undergo surgery to remove the bullet. No word yet on his condition. And that is a look at today's top stories. Quick check of the weather within the first 7 minutes of KOAM News at 6. Still ahead, how Missouri lawmakers are trying to ban union-only contracts for public construction projects. And the Joplin Humane Society faces problems trying to shelter too many dogs.
Live from KOAM. You're watching KOAM News at 6. This is the 4 states' most watched news.